Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Mohammed Awad from Unleash My Business. So, what's up? Hope everyone is doing great. Hope everyone is doing amazing. Hope business is doing well, especially in these unprecedented times, quarantine, lockdowns, and all. So, I would love to share this presentation that I have created, which is called "How to Clearly Communicate the Value of What You Sell." Okay, I think I've mentioned this a couple of times in the past, but I usually try to improve the presentation that I have and give you new information, which is the updated one, and maybe it will help you out in your business. So today's topic is how to communicate clearly the values of what you do, because without communicating clearly your values, then why would a person buy your stuff, right? Why would anybody buy anything? So today, anything you buy, you need to understand the values. For example, if you want to go to exercise, right? You want to say, you know what, for the coming 6 months, I need to start jogging, I need to go outside, exercising and all. So I need the good shoes, right? If Nike or Reebok or Adidas does not convey the message that their shoes are light and comfortable, I don't think you would have bought those shoes, because you want something light, which is something comfortable, something that is good for your legs, your foot, that at the end of your training session you don't feel pain anywhere, or like you feel irritated, right? So there's a value. So Nike and Reebok and all, they are showing their value, that our shoes are the best, our shoes is good for you, our shoes helps you to run better, faster, your performance becomes better because our shoes are safe, light, comfortable, or whatever it is. So these are the values. So you need to know what are your values, otherwise you're just trying to sell things that people don't want at the end of the day, or don't even know what you're selling. Okay, so let's start with basically number one. Be crystal clear on the value you bring to the table. Again, the same example that I've said about Adidas and all. Be crystal clear. Try to emphasize about your values. Maybe you can post it on, like for example, as a quote, or maybe you can post it as like someone talks about it. Maybe you get an influencer talking about it. Maybe you as a business owner come and talks about your values, and let people know what you do and why your service or product has a value, how it's going to help them, right? So this is something very important that you need to think about. Number two is basically speak in the language your customers understand. Definitely. So let me give you an example. For example, today if you are out and let's say you want to go to your grandfather's house, would you talk to your grandfather the same way you talk to your friend who is 20 years old, your best friend? Of course not. When you go to your grandfather's house, you meet your grandfather, you talk to him respectfully. You only say things that are needed, right? But when you're with your friend, you laugh, you joke, you gossip, you say things that only it's like secrets. It could be about your new girlfriend, your new boyfriend, whatever it is. So exactly the same thing. You need to understand your customers. Are they kids? Are they your customers? Are they parents? Are they teenagers? Are they working people? Are they executive? Like, are they CEOs or whatever? So if you know who your customers are, then you need to understand what language they speak. Understand what I'm trying to say? So if like for example, I'm a consultant. So if I'm a consultant, I have to speak their language. So what I'm doing right now, see, I'm speaking their language, which is the language of adding value and advisory, right? But tomorrow, if I sell ice cream, I will not create these type of contents. What I will create, basically, I'll take pictures of ice creams. I will get someone to actually have a bite of that ice cream, colorful, young people. So that's the language. You need to understand the language of what you're saying or posting or creating the content, wherever it is. Let it be YouTube, video, image, a GIF file, whatever it is. You need to understand what language to talk. Okay, and not also that what language, but what platforms. Okay, you need to understand you cannot be in each and every platform. You should choose the right platform for you. For example, I choose 3 platforms. Number 1 is YouTube, number 2 is LinkedIn, then comes Instagram. Instagram is more, I post some of these videos that you are seeing, but also at the same time I take photos of my family members or friends, or for example, because I'm a street photographer, I love taking street photography, so I post whatever that I take photo. But when it comes to LinkedIn, I post these videos. On top of that, I post quotes and tweets and all. When it's on YouTube, of course, it's only these videos over here, and then I reshare them everywhere. So you need to understand your platform and the language, otherwise you are lost over there, my friends. Okay, understand it, learn. Number 3 is utilize testimonials throughout your brand's touch points. Testimonials are very important. If you go to my website, which is unleashedbyma.com, you will see this. There was a section which is, I guess it's work, and you will see a lot of testimonials over there. What have people said about me, my work, how I am, the quality of work that I do, how I have helped them. So this is very important, especially if you could get video testimonials. That's amazing, which not many people do, but if you can get, that's amazing. And yeah, testimonials is very important. Let people talk about you so that you can post it all over, because testimonials is a proof of who you are and what you do and what the quality of service you are providing, right? So it's a proof to other people so that they can trust you. So that's the reason testimonials are very important. Let's say it's a word of mouth in a way. Then number 4, use stories and real life experiences in your content. I always use examples about real life, what I said to my colleagues, what I've said to my friends, how I felt about it. So come up with stories. For example, there is a reason why Walt Disney is so big, because they don't sell you their services. They don't believe in services. They sell you experiences. They sell you stories. The stories are through their movies, like Mickey Mouse or these princesses like Snow White and so on and so forth. They sell you stories, and when you love their stories, you love their movies, then you go to Walt Disney for travel, then they give you that experience, that what you have watched on TV, right? So even, for example, McDonald's just recently, if you look at their ads in Bahrain and GCC, they always bring up people right now, the employees, how they are, how they have improved, how they are growing their careers. These are stories, life stories, brand stories. So try to be creative and come up with brand stories of how people felt about your product, how you feel about your product and services, how you have grown, and that's how it works, right? So stories and the truth, very important. You have to be honest with everything that you say. Create one brand message and share it over and over again. If you remember what I just said earlier in the video over here, is that I sometimes keep on repeating the same thing, but I keep on updating it when I do the next video, right? So your brand message or your communication should always be to the point that what you believe in and what you always say. So if let's say I believe in empathy, I will keep on talking about empathy every month. If I believe in helping people, I'll keep on creating content about helping people. So you need to understand what you believe in and create content through that. But of course, don't make it boring by doing the same thing over and over. Try to bring in new elements, updated elements, so that people can learn from you, from the new stuff that you do through that subject line. Then we have, make sure your offer suits your customers' wants and needs. Of course, we talked about the value, but your offer should for example, make sense for them. For example, if you are giving a value to a customer and your price is so high that you know that in the market nobody can afford what you're selling, then there's no use. So because you have to understand value versus the offer or the money that you are paying. For example, if I have a heart problem, and I have a doctor who's the best in the world, whatever, and wants to do a surgery for me, and it's going to cost me $1 million. So what's more important, me being alive, or or the money itself? Like sacrificing the money. Of course, I want my life. But then if you have a car, which is, let's say, just a normal car, and you're selling for $1 million, I wouldn't pay $1 million for a bloody car. I would rather buy any car that takes me from A to Z, because it's not a want, it's not a need, it's a want. But for me to save my life, it's a need. I need to live. So try to understand what are the needs, what are the wants, and then add the value to it, and then understand the offer, the rate you are giving. What are people? How much people are willing to pay for that offer and the value that you have? Otherwise, it won't work. Next is basically, see, there is a lot of options. There is a lot of things that we can talk about. There is a lot of things that you need to understand and how to communicate with your target audience and what the values that you have, that you provide, because it could be subjective for different companies. It could be subjective for example, as I'm more into consultancy and photography, let's say. So the value that I add, the communication that I do, is different than a person who has a company that's industrial. It's different than a person who has brands that are restaurant brands. So you need to understand, taking these advice from me right now, and understand how you can take that and mold it towards what you want and how it should be. Understand your industry, and based on that, build communication. Understand? So if people don't understand what they will get from working with you, and understand it fast, you will lose them to your competitors that communicate clearly. So today you have a lot of competition. Sometimes you'll be like, you know what, I'm going to start a business that I don't have a competitor. If you start that business, within a month you see someone else does it. It's so fast. That's how the world works right now. Many years ago, people used to start a company. They have to start a company by registration, by going to a government entity and all. Right now, you just with one phone, I can start a business through an Instagram and start communicating. It's so easy today, through Facebook, through YouTube and all. So that gap has been, which was so divided, now has been closed right now, so people can start doing business so easily, anytime, anywhere. I can start right now a business. I'm on an airplane traveling, so if I'm traveling on an airplane, I have my phone, I have a connection, I can start a business on the spot. It's that easy. So keeping in mind that whatever you do, you always have a competitor. If your competitor is smarter than you and creates a communication and marketing and design that's way appealing more than you, and so understandable that they know how to communicate their values and the offers, then my friend, you will definitely lose. So definitely, if you think that you need help, if you believe that you lack that communication, you lack that understanding of what are the offers that you need to provide, the values, who are your target audience and all, definitely please contact me. This is my information over here, my email address, and my phone number, and I'll be more than happy to assist you in any way possible. All right, everyone. If you have any other points you would like to share about what I just discussed, like maybe there are some other points that I have missed out, or something that you have created for your own business, please do share so that other people can learn and I can learn from you. All right, everyone, take care. Good night. Good night. No, take care and bye bye. Take care.